What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you are a subscriber, family member, return viewer, if this is your first time stopping by, welcome aboard. I am Wil Mikahson. I would love for you to consider joining our family here. You can do so by clicking that subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified every time your boy loads a new video. I want to start off by saying happy 2022 to everyone. I can't believe this is my first video of the new year, but in the words of my girl Kira, life just be lifing, okay? It's much like adulting on steroids. Lifing is adulting on steroids, and sometimes I can't. At any rate, in today's video, I'm going to be going over the luxury items I regret not purchasing. This is a video that I've seen circulate annually. I've never done it, but before I get into my 2022 wish list, I want to share with you guys the luxury items that are living in my head rent-free. Every item on this list I took for granted. I thought, oh, they'll be there. I see them on the pre-loved market. Just like anything that the one that gets away, you take it for granted. You always think is going to be there. And to my surprise, that was not the case. So without further ado, let's hop straight in. Out of the gate, you guys know that I have obsessed over the Saint Laurent monogram espadrilles. I have acquired 2 pair in my journey, in my quest to find the 1 pair, and that is the burgundy monogram espadrilles. I have been on the quest to find these for, I feel like, since the beginning of time. And up until recently, they still offer them in women's, but not in men. And I would have purchased I would have purchased them in the women's size, but I'm just one size above the largest size that they make for women, so I could not get them. But I'm just really furious that I can't find them anywhere. But I think it's safe to say that at this stage of the game, that they're gone. I will never see them again. And if I see them on someone's feet, I will just take a big deep breath in, sigh, and keep it moving and be thankful for the fact that I've acquired the 2 that I have. Next, we're gonna talk about Gucci. And I want to talk about the Gucci Ophidia line. So when they brought back this classic line, one of the bags was a Ophidia backpack. Medium backpack? I don't know. I will leave the name here or below. But they released that backpack, and then I think it was out for a year or 2, and then they released a second backpack, and they were both for sale at the same time. And then my backpack that I want went away, and they kept this monstrosity of a backpack, which does not even have a classic silhouette in my personal opinion. I think that so many fashion houses are so hell-bent on trying to replicate the Louis Vuitton Christopher backpack, and Gucci totally missed the mark with this second rendition of their backpack. I hate it. I think it's horrible. The initial one had such a perfect silhouette. It was constructed beautifully. I think, in my opinion, based on the people I've seen with them online, I think that the sales of this current backpack's predecessor, which is the one that I want, I think that that backpack did much better in sales. So I do not know why they halted production and kept this one going, but who am I? Who am I? The girls, them sugar. Anyway, so I'm really annoyed by the fact that they took this backpack away. This might be the one that, no, they all annoy me. I was gonna say, this might be the one out of all the ones on the list that annoys me the most, but I think they all annoy me that they were all taken away. However, you know, I saw it on the pre-loved market a few times, and the second mistake I made, the first mistake I made was, oh, this is gonna be a classic, I'll get it soon. There's other things on the list I want. The second mistake I made, which was finding it on the pre-loved market and seeing that there were a lot of them, I said, oh, I should have no problem pulling the trigger when I'm ready. So, yeah, big mistakes were made, lessons were learned. Next in Gucci, I'm going to say I made the same mistake with these that I did with the Ophidia backpack, and also a Louis Vuitton item, which I'm gonna get to. The Gucci Marmont sandals, the leather sandals for men, are stunning. They still make them for women. Crickets. Still make them for women, do not make them for men. I believe we had them for a season, if 2, I wanna say 1. And I get it, if the people aren't buying, you're gonna stop producing. But I mean, come on. So I just think that they're perfect, they're simple, they're leather, they're black, they're timeless. I've seen them on the pre-loved market. The ones that I've seen, either they were really beat up or there was just something suspect about them. So I was like, not doing that. That's what we're not gonna do. So I did find a pair on Vestia Collective, but they're a size 9.5. I take a size 9, and I think actually they're sold now at this point. But when I was looking at them, I just didn't know. I didn't want to get them in a larger size just to say that I had them. I want them to be perfect. So, and that was the first pair that popped up after like 2 or 3 years. So I'm pretty sure they're done. Like the TikTok trend, you're done. They're done. Okay. Next, this pisses me off, much like the Ophidia backpack. And it is the Gucci Marmont backpack. All black, all leather, antique gold hardware, sickening, sickening silhouette. And then what I love about it is that while everybody's so busy chasing after the Louis Vuitton Christopher backpack silhouette and trying to replicate that, I love that Gucci stayed in their own lane and released this really sort of boxy backpack that was elegant and timeless, but you don't want to keep it in rotation. It was a classic bag. Someone needs to get me on the team for client retention or handbag or backpack retention. We need to keep these things that are classics. I don't care if the masses aren't buying them. You create a few of them and let those who are interested buy them. Like, I mean, come on. I don't know. When I think of building a heritage brand, I think of these fashion houses, I think everyone should keep a classics line. I don't care what's trending, how quickly it's trending, and all the millennials are buying it. I don't care. Keep a classic line. Whew, that was a lot. I think I'm done ranting. So yes, the Gucci Marmont backpack, I wish that I could find it. And if I can be honest, sometimes I think it's a dream. You know, these other pieces, at least I've seen on the pre-loved market. I've seen them, you know, on YouTubers or bloggers or vloggers. I've seen these other pieces other places. This backpack, I know not one individual who has it. I've only seen one online, and that was a fake. And I want to say it is a damn good fake. I was questioning myself for a minute. It was a really, because it was full leather. It was just fake. Anyway, I would never subscribe to that, but I'm just saying it was a good bag. However, I question if this bag is real. It's only saving grace for me thinking it's a real bag is because I actually, when I did image search one time, it took me to Gucci's website and said out of stock. If that were not the case, I would have totally thought that this bag was just in my imagination, that I made it up. I just get so worked up thinking about these things because I literally obsess over them every single day. And I'm like, how could these things not even be, there's not a trace of them anywhere. Next on my list is the Louis Vuitton Monogram Eclipse Illusions Tote Explorer. Bam! I didn't think I was gonna say that, and I probably still screwed it up. I will leave the proper name below. I have obsessed over this bag since its release in 2016. I do believe it is a runway piece. They only made a few of them, and I have to say, I mentioned this bag in my luxury soulmate tag video. I will leave it linked above. For an everyday tote bag, it has to have a top zip closure, and it has to have a handle, and more importantly, a crossbody option. I can care less about the handle. It has to be a crossbody bag. I definitely feel that this bag is the end all be all. Like, not the end all be all, but I feel like it's just, I'm afraid of getting it. Like, if I ever do find one, I feel like I'm going to wear it out. I feel like I'm gonna run it into the ground. I think it's going to be the best of both worlds, primarily because I do want something crossbody, which my messenger bags that I've used for years are crossbody, but I think sometimes they're either too wide or too short, and I think that this is more elongated. I don't know. Part of my bag journey is just exploring, and all of us, right? We explore our likes, our dislikes, and we find our space in this luxury handbag or bag world. Again, I made the same mistake. After I knew that I wasn't gonna buy it new, right? Because I knew there were only a few made. I couldn't get to the boutique. So I knew that when I found this piece, it was gonna have to be pre-loved. When I saw it on the market, I saw like 8 of them on The Real. And I saw like 4 of them on Fashion File at one point. So I was like, oh, they're good when I'm ready. So I either do this, I either say, oh, I'll wait for the price to drop a little bit, or I'll say when I'm ready, it should be there. And because it is considered an investment piece, when I did see this bag on Rebag, they labeled it as an investment piece. I think Fashion File, which doesn't really call things investment pieces, I think they even mentioned it was an investment piece. So I should have purchased it back then when I saw that it was an investment piece. But you know, I took it for granted, and I have not seen one in about a year and a half. I did see one a year and a half ago, but it was really, really badly beat up. So they are hard to come by. Lastly on this list, you guys, is a pre-owned Rolex. I'm putting it on this list because the Rolex market is like the stock market. The prices of Rolexes, the demand for Rolex right now, insane. I was cleaning out my phone a few weeks ago and I was just scrolling and I saw that I screenshot 2 Oyster Perpetual day date watches, Rolexes, all gold, that were going for $11,000. And back then I was like, oh, I don't want to spend $11,000. You know, maybe I'll find something cheaper. Now those same watches have a fetching price of $20,000, $30,000. So if I would have got that $11,000 watch, imagine the investment and the return on the investment present day. For example, my 2 Rolexes, which are sentimental pieces to me, because they were my first 2 Rolexes, and I got them at the same time. Like if I got one and then a year or 2 later got the second one would not be sentimental. But I got 2 Rolexes at the same time from my jeweler, so they mean a lot to me. He's offered me multiple times double what he sold them to me for. And I'm just like, I don't know. But I really wish that I would have just bit the bullet and purchased my gold Rolex a few years ago, because the prices now are wild. They're absolutely crazy. If you guys can find one at a decent price, pre-owned from a authorized retail dealer or seller, get it, go for it, because I promise you the return on that investment is great. I feel like this video should have been called investment bags or investment luxury items, because between the Louis bag and now these watches, they're investment pieces. And some people put money in the bank and some people put it in their closet. So that's pretty much it, you guys. These are items that I literally obsess about all of the time. And before I do my official 2022 wish list, I have to just put it out there that these are things that I still look for every single day. And I don't think they're coming back, but one never knows. If you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Comment below what you think about my items that I mentioned. Also, feel free to let me know what are some luxury items that you regret not purchasing. I hope that you all are doing well, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.